All right, it's that time of the month again where I talk about pickups. So here we go. Pickups update, collection update, I should say. And again, starting with the PS5 and moving backwards in time, and then the Blu-rays at the end. As you probably know. If you didn't, now you do. So, PS5, I picked up a copy of Ender Magnolia, which is a sequel to the Ender Lilies game. Very stylish Metroidvania game. I played the original a couple of years ago and thought it was pretty good. It was all right. So I will definitely check out this sequel when I have the time. And yeah, nothing really much to say. Very happy to see that this got a European physical, because I think the first game didn't. I'm pretty sure I have a Japanese copy of the first game for the PS4. So yeah, there you go. Ender Magnolia for the PS5. Is that on screen? Yes, it is. I also picked up a copy of Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. This is a couple of years old now at this point. Very heavily discounted when I bought it, so I got this for very cheap. All the PS5 games here I got very cheaply. So cool to see that. So again, another Metroidvania like Ender Magnolia. Got some alright reviews, but I don't hear people talking about it anymore, so I don't know if it has aged well, but people seem to enjoy it, so I'll check it out. And then a couple of games that are maybe a bit lesser known. I picked up a copy of Tales from Candleforth, which I don't know much about. I bought it just because of the art style. It has this sort of children's storybook look to it, as you can see from there. And yeah, it's some kind of an adventure narrative game with puzzles in it and whatever, that sort of game. And it seemed interesting, and it was really cheap. So there you go. Nice cover art as well. I like doing blind buys whenever I find a game that has kind of an interesting title and a cover art. And I usually do like a quick Google search of it, and this one seemed to get some pretty alright reviews. So yeah, I don't like watching gameplay or anything like that of these sort of games. It's fun to just sometimes go blindly into something. This one I picked out because it looks like a Disney animation by Sweet Carol. Kind of like has a similar kind of feel to it, but just less hand painted, or less. It looks less like a paper crafting than Tales of Candleforth is what I mean. By Sweet Carol, this has a very distinct like Disney animation look to it, as you can see. It's another one of these sort of children's storybook kind of fairy tale story things. So it looks very interesting, and I'll check it out when I get the chance. Does this have something extra in it? It feels heavy. No, there's just some download code for what is this? Oh, there's a digital art book and a soundtrack. All right. I kind of wish the art book would be like physical, but whatever. It is what it is. And lastly, for the PS5, I also picked up a copy of Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. Now, I've never played any of the Story of Seasons games. They have a very cheap-looking art style, kind of mobile gamey look to it, which doesn't appeal to me. So these are the games, or this is the series, I should say, of games that the people who made Harvest Moon started doing, like after they lost the IPs with Natsume and whatever, and there's all this drama surrounding like the Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons. These are the original Harvest Moon people, or however many of them are still left with this company, I don't know, but yeah. I've never played any of the Story of Seasons games, but I decided to pick up this limited edition, first of all, because it was discounted at like minus 85%, so it cost next to nothing. And also because this is a kind of is it a remake? Not really. Is it a remaster? I guess it's like a reimagining of A Wonderful Life, which is the GameCube PS2 era Harvest Moon game. I've played it quite a bit. My neighbor had it when we were younger, and I played it at his place, the GameCube version of the game. Does the game have different titles for the PS2 and GameCube versions? Probably. But yeah, this is like a return to my childhood. I did see that this didn't get the warmest response from reviewers. So I don't know how accurate of a version this is of the original title, but no. For the amount of money that I got this for, I think it's worth it. However, the mailman did do a little bit of damage to it, so it's not in mint condition, but it's good enough for me. And what does this have? I'm not going to unbox this because I would rather keep it sealed for the time being, but it has the game, it has a notebook in it, okay, and then stickers and a poster. So pretty standard stuff there. Right, let's put it there for the time being. Now, moving on to the PS4. For some reason, this release was in a bargain bin, like used games bargain bin. And yeah, I picked it up. Got this for 12 euros. This is the Darius Burst EX Plus. Or Darius Burst another Chronicle EX Plus. That's how you should say it. Or Darius Burst ACEX Plus. Now, the problem with Darius Burst is that the titles of these games are just fucking ridiculous, and it's really confusing. I think there are 4 or 5 different versions of this game. This is the last version, but it's not like a definitive version. It's a different game from the others. So you have Darius Burst. This is a shoot 'em up title. Very highly regarded, beloved series. So Darius Burst, that's a PSP game. I don't think it has a physical release in the West, never had one. It's a PSP game, only physical in Japan. Then there's Darius Burst Chronicle Saviors, I think. That's the one that Limited Run Games released physically. It's not the same game as the original Darius Burst. It's like a reimagining of that game. It has new game modes and completely new content and a bunch of stuff in it. Then there is Darius Burst, another Chronicle, which is again a different version of the game with new content and old content removed and stuff like that. And then you have Darius Burst, another Chronicle EX, and then you have Darius Burst, another Chronicle EX Plus. And is there still something else? I may have missed like one version of the game. All of the different versions are like they are not the same game even. Like they are related to one another. But yeah, it's confusing. I'm confused myself just talking about it. But yeah, I picked this up. It was really cheap. Now, the Limited Run Games version is pretty expensive, and this is dirt cheap. And this is usually the version that people prefer over the other ones. So there you go. Darius Burst, another Chronicle EX Plus, has a European physical. I think this is also included in one of the Strictly Limited Games releases when they did all those like different compilations of Darius games and Darius Burst games. But yeah, it's confusing, and I'm going to move on before I hurt my brain even more. Now, I also found a really cheap copy of Ratchet and Clank. Usually when I run into a cheap copy of this game, it's the like PlayStation Hits version with the red cover, and I don't like those at all. But yeah, this is the original, I guess not black label, but blue label release of this. Yeah, picked it up. Why not? doesn't have anything. Oh, it has controls. Now this is not a manual, but still, I mean, it's something at least. Yeah. Am I looking forward to playing this version of Ratchet and Clank? Maybe. I will get to it. I played the first one just, last year, I think. I talked about it in one of the recent gaming episodes. I still haven't checked out the sequels, but I kind of like the first game. It's maybe a bit too long and bloated and has some design flaws in it, but it's a fun game. Now, this version is more streamlined. They removed like whole planets from this, which was controversial at the time. So I'm kind of looking forward to checking that out, seeing what they cut, because I haven't looked into it that much. Right, and then I also picked up a copy. Well, I already own this game, but I don't have the definitive edition. So I picked up the definitive edition of Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the third one of these reboot Tomb Raider games. I have a steelbook of this game that I picked up from a sale like years ago, but it's not the definitive edition. So now that I have the definitive edition, this has all the DLC on disc. No download codes, very cool. So I'll definitely play this when I get the chance. I've played both of the ones before this and liked both of them. And this is supposedly, just more of the same, which is great because I think, especially the second game, Rise of Tomb Raider, I think. Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I can see it. It's on my shelf. Upright, you can see it, but yeah, it's there. I have the cardboard limited edition of that cardboard cover game of the year thing. What is it? 20-year celebration? Yeah, 20-year celebration edition of Rise of Tomb Raider. And yeah, it's more of the same, supposedly. So that's cool, and has all the DLC on disc. That's cool. And yeah, there you go. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. For the PS3, I picked up. Continuing with Tomb Raider, I picked up the Classics HD that has Tomb Raider Legend, Tomb Raider Underworld, and Tomb Raider Anniversary. I think I also have Tomb Raider Underworld as a standalone release also. But yeah, this is the Classic HD compilation disc, completed in box, has the manual and everything. The good old notes section in manuals. That's cool. Never used any of them, but I'm glad it's there. So yeah, I have most of the Classic HD releases at this point, which is great. I also picked up the compilation disc of Siberia Collection. This is a somewhat rare release, a bit on the more expensive side. Like, this is by far the most expensive item here on this stacks. Like 60 euros, I guess I paid for it. And yeah, it's not the cheapest. Also, Siberia, the games, I have a PS2 copy of both of these games, and I think there's a PS5 release for Siberia as well. So like, they keep releasing these games over and over and over again. It's not like the games are rare. It's just that this PS3 version that has both of the games on the same disc. Like, this is a somewhat sought after release, I guess. So yeah, which compilation discs am I missing for the PS3? Now that I picked up two more, I guess I'm missing the Prince of Persia trilogy, like the PS2 games. That one I don't have. Yeah, and then there's the mega rare and expensive like Brazilian PSN game compilation that has a bunch of the PSN digital only games on this. I think there's a like Brazilian physical for that has PSN games on it. That one I obviously don't have, and it's very expensive. Right, for the PS3 I also picked up, this is a flea market game, cost close to nothing. I just randomly found a copy of Assassin's Creed, the original. Never owned a copy of this game before. I've played it on the PC because my cousin had it and he was a huge fan of the series. Maybe still is. I don't know. We haven't really talked about Assassin's Creed in a long time, but yeah, he was obsessed with this original game when it first came out, and then the sequel, obviously, which is fantastic, like Assassin's Creed 2, and some of the games after that as well, which I haven't played. I've only played 2 and Brotherhood, and then little parts and bits of this first one. Yeah, it's a cool game. Glad to have it. I will play through it at some point because I've never finished it. So there you go. That's the PS5, 4, and 3 games. For the PS2, I didn't pick up anything this time around, but I do have again a bunch of PS1 games here because PS1 is fantastic. I picked up a copy of the original Ridge Racer, which comes in this thick box. Always love the European boxes for these PS1 games. Also has a bunch of languages, including some of the Nordic languages. So that's cool. On the back cover. And yeah, while it is in this thick box, it only has 1 disc and a manual. So there you go. Now the manual, is this in all of the languages? Is there Finnish here? No. No Finnish in the manual. That's a disappointment. But yeah, Ridge Racer, the original. Never played it. Looking forward to checking this out because I did play Type 4 and loved it. So there you go. That's Ridge Racer. I also picked up Ridge Racer Revolution, which is... Is this the second game that was released on the PlayStation or the third one? I can't remember. But there's like Ridge Racer 2, I think, was an arcade-only game. Is this a version of Ridge Racer 2? I can't remember. It's confusing with these arcade games that were brought over to... there's some sticker residue here. That's annoying. I'll have to clean this up. Like, they often release these arcade-style games in for the home consoles and kind of changed the names, and some of the arcade games were never brought over to consoles, so it's a bit confusing. And I'm not a game historian. Like, I'm not here to tell you the full complete history of Ridge Racer because that's not my thing. Man, there's some... I'll have to clean that up. But yeah, Ridge Racer Revolution, this is one of the other early Ridge Racer games, maybe the second or the third one. Which games are they selling me here? Well, they are trying to sell me Ridge Racer, but I already have Ridge Racer Revolution, so why would I go and buy the first one? There's Ace Combat, the original, titled Air Combat, in Europe at least. Original Tekken. What is this? Cyber Sled. I don't own that one. And then Starblade Alpha. I've seen this game floating around a couple of times, but it's always maybe a bit too expensive for me to, grab. Yeah, there you go. Another boring black and white manual. That's disappointing. Like this style of game, like look at all of the colors here on the cover art. Why have a black and white manual? Annoying. But yeah, now I have a bunch of these old Ridge Racer games. That's cool. And then a childhood classic. I picked up a copy of Hercules, Disney's Hercules. Disney's action game featuring Hercules. Also says so on the spine. Now, why couldn't they just call this Hercules or Disney's Hercules like they did with Disney's Tarzan and other games? I have no idea. But yeah, I've played this game a bunch as a kid. On the PC, I think. But I also had friends who had this on the PlayStation, so I've played this on the PlayStation 1 as well, I think. Never owned a copy myself. Yeah, what I remember about this game is that it has this sort of endless runner sections, and then it has like 2D fighting sections, so there's a variety to the gameplay. Yeah, you can also see that from the back cover. And yeah, it's just a classic PS1 era children's game. I remember loving it. I'll have to see if that holds up. And then I also picked up a copy. Well, this is a Finnish copy, and it's for a particular reason. I usually don't like picking up like look, I'm from Finland, I'm Finnish, right? So we have a bunch of games and movies that are released with Finnish cover arts. I don't really like that because it breaks the uniformity of my collection, because most of the stuff is in English, right? But I picked up a copy of A Bug's Life, the movie by Disney Pixar, and it has to be the Finnish version because this has the awful, god-awful, disgustingly bad Finnish voice acting in it, and I have to have that physically. Like, this is a traumatic experience for any young Finnish kid who played this and had to endure the voice acting. Like, this main character, like Ant, repeating the same voice line with this annoying voice over and over and over and over again. Just whatever you do in a game, he's always talking. It's always the same lines over and over again, and his voice is so annoying. So I had to have this relic from my childhood, which again, I've never owned a copy before myself, but I knew a bunch of people who did, and I've played this a lot when I was younger. And now I have a copy of it for myself. Bug's Life. Right. Let's move on to the Blu-rays. So that's it for the video games. I'll move Story of Seasons away. Let's start with... I have this upside down, this stack. I'll have to flip it. Right. Let's start with Arrow. Because I finally got in the mail Hard Boiled by John Woo. And again, for the sake of transparency, I'm recording this video in early April during the Easter break. So there you go. Or Easter holidays. And yeah, this video comes out in like May, I think. So I got Hard Boiled. And while I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure this is already sold out. I think it went out of print immediately. So there you go. This is the Blu-ray, not the 4K, because I don't care about 4K. Blu-ray is cheaper. So yeah, John Woo Hard Boiled. I've never seen any of these John Woo movies. The only John Woo movie that I've seen is Hero Shed No Tears, which is pretty awful. So now I'm glad that like this one, I got this one now. The Killer comes out in just, a couple of weeks. It is already out by the time this video is out. Bullet in a Head is coming. Better Tomorrow will probably be announced maybe in within a couple of months. And yeah, really looking forward to this. After I finish recording this video, I guess I'll unbox it immediately, because I will take the plastics off like after I finish recording this, and I will watch the movie tonight. So there you go. Might as well unbox it while I'm here. Doesn't really matter if I do it now or like after I turn off the camera. There you go. That's the plastics off. It comes with this slip. Has the same cover art for this one. So what is the point of the slip? I don't really know. It doesn't have the text here. So I would much rather just, again, I've said this so many times, I would much rather just not have this at all and have the text here and just have this box like they used to do back in the day with releases like The Thing and stuff like that. So yeah, what do we have here? We have the movie itself. I think there's 3 discs. No, 2 discs. Okay, 2 discs. Extras on 1 disc, feature and extras on another disc. We have lobby cards. The iconic image of Chow Yun-fat holding the baby. And what else? Oh, it's the same one for all of these on the other side. Fervura Maxima. Different area poster arts. There's Tony Leung. I pronounced his name really strangely, but whatever. Tony Leung. There's that. There's also reversible cover art with the baby artwork. And then we have a poster. Pretty sure it has the baby art on the other side, and then the artwork from the cover, the limited edition. Yeah, has this limited edition cover artwork, and then has the baby on the other side. Let's take a look at the giant baby. There you go. There's a giant baby, and Chow Yun-fat with a shotgun. That's a nice poster. And then there is a book. What do we have? The Legend of Hard-Boiled, Bullet Ballet, Hard-Boiled, interview with John Woo, and about the presentation, and then a bunch of artwork as well. I'm doing this the correct order. Usually I start flipping through the back side of the booklet, but I'm starting from the beginning now. Let's go through the whole thing. Why not? I have the time. I don't really have that much to show in this video anymore, so I'll take a little bit more time here. Well, I have a bunch of Blu-rays here, but nothing that I will spend as much time on as this one. Maybe the Radiance Takashi Miike box set I will show, but yeah, let's go through the whole booklet. There you go. Now, this movie is notorious for the body count. I think there's like over 300 people who get killed during this movie. So, bullets flying everywhere, explosions everywhere. Very violent, very cool. Just the way I like it. What is this shit? Tony Leung playing the flute. Alright, cool. It's a bit of a spoiler. That's probably the biggest spoiler I've ever shown in any of these videos. Tony Leung plays the flute. I didn't know about that. Now I do. Kind of wish I didn't. There you go. That's Hard-Boiled. I also picked up a copy of Peking Opera Blues, or Beijing Opera Blues, however you want to say it. A Tsui Hark film. This is also from the same Golden Princess license that Hard-Boiled comes from. Very highly regarded movie. So there you go. I also picked up, finally, I decided to do it. I wanted to get this before the Arrow Store exclusive cover art runs out, because I think this box set looks much cooler than the regular box art. So I picked up a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy. Has the 1990s movies in it. And yeah, I think this hand-drawn cover art is much nicer. The standard cover art is this one for the first movie, like this one. Like this original poster artwork. Not a huge fan of it. It's all right, but it's not that great, right? And what is fun about this limited edition? Well, I already watched all of these movies. I will include them in a movies I watched recently that comes out in May, I think. The movies are actually really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But there's these sort of like trading cards for these different characters. So you have the turtles here for the first. They have this nice glow to them. You have these turtles. There are stickers as well. And then there's more trading cards in the cases for each of these movies. Now, I'm not going to talk much about the movies here, but I think the second movie is very underrated. Like people seem to like the first one, but not really the sequels. I thought the second movie was really fun as well. I enjoyed that one a lot. Yeah, got here cover art for the second movie. I mean, the second movie is very much a kids movie. It's very, very kid coded. There's the reversible cover art, and we have trading cards here for Shredder and Master Splinter. The Splinter puppet work is great in these movies. He's a fantastic character. And we have like delivery coupon, or like this repeat customer stuff. And then for the third movie, which is just a bizarre time travel story, the cover art is really cool. Like, this is by far the coolest cover art of them all. It's too bad that it's for the worst movie of these three, but that's fine. Then we have April O'Neil. Now, the actress in the first movie is fantastic. In the sequels, not so much. And we have Casey Jones. And a poster as well. Is this two-sided? Yes, it's a poster for the third movie. Has the artwork. Oh my god. It's stuck. I don't want to damage it. There you go. Yeah, it's a big poster of the artwork with the samurai turtles, and then the other side is the theatrical poster. So there you go. That's the turtle stuff. There's also other posters. I'm not going to show this, but it's the same artwork that's on the cases and whatever. What is the other side? Oh, the other side has this. What is this? This is sort of almost like a Japanese style painting of the different turtles. That's interesting. So there you go. And then there's a book with Roy's Greenwich Village, or Greenwich, I don't know how this is supposed to be pronounced, pizzeria, with the menu and all. That's cool. So yeah, these Turtles movies, these are actually pretty damn fun. So I did enjoy all of them. The third one the least, but yeah, these are some of the monster designs from the second movie. This Master Splinter, he was captured and tortured. Poor Splinter. It's not a spoiler because I'm not saying which movie it happens in. Yeah, there's Shredder. Remember when I, 10 minutes ago, said that the rest of the video is going to go fast because I don't have too many things to show, and now I've spent the last 5 minutes going through this turtle stuff. Yeah, I always break my promises. So yeah, there's some costume work. Yeah, this has Jim Henson's special effects. He was a master of these, the Muppets guy. He was a master of this sort of puppet work and animatronics combined with puppetry and stuff like that. Very cool. Yeah, that's Turtles. Now, I never saw these movies when I was young. I only saw them for the first time now, but it's pretty cool. Right, I also picked up a copy of 3 Extremes. So this has both 3 and 3 Extremes. This is very heavy. Very heavy. I'll open this one as well because I want to know why it's so heavy. But these are anthology movies, horror anthology movies. Bunch of different directors from different Asian countries. So you have from Korea, you have Kim Jae-woon, who did A Tale of Two Sisters. Then you have what else do you have? Yeah, you have from Hong Kong, you have Fruit Chan, the guy who did Made in Hong Kong. He did dumplings here. Then you have Park Chan-wook, again from Korea. You have Takashi Miike from Japan, and so on. And you also have from Thailand Nonze Nimibutur, who did the Nang Nak horror films. So it's a bunch of different countries represented here. So yeah, 3 and 3 Extremes. These are long, these are over 2 hours long each. Very hefty set. So you have one disc for each of the movies, and then why is this so damn heavy? Oh well, the booklet is like twice as thick as the usual as they usually are. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these short movies even. Like I'm not familiar with these at all. I've had Three Extremes on my radar for years because it has Takashi Miike in it, and I'm obviously very interested in all the stuff that he does and did. Although many of his movies aren't the greatest. Right, what is the poster like? It has on one side Three Extremes. There we go. You can see that. That's the artwork from this release, and then the other side is Three, the first movie. Again, with this sort of new artwork. So not original theatrical releases or anything for these posters. I don't even actually know if these got a theatrical release or if they were just straight to video stuff. Not sure about that. Yeah, there you go. That's Three Extremes. I'm pretty sure this one is also, if not sold out, close to selling out. This limited edition. Of course, like these are going to get probably standard releases, but still. And then I had to do this. There's no other way. I had to pick up a copy of Snakes on the Motherfucking Plane with Samuel L. Jackson. I've never seen this movie in full. I know the memes, of course, but still, I had to pick up a copy of Snakes on the Plane. Just had to. And there you go. That's Arrow. Then from Radiance, this one I already unboxed because I watched one of the movies, Fudo, the new generation. I got the Underworld Chronicles box set, so that's 3 Yakuza movies by Takashi Miike. There's also a message on the bottom, thank you and fuck you. So that's pretty rude. So yeah, it has Fudo, Agitator, and Deadly Outlaw Rekka in it. Fudo I did already watch, and it's a Miike movie. If you don't like his style, you're going to hate this movie because it's incredibly like over the top, ultra violent, and there's all sorts of dark comedy in it and just weird sexual stuff. And yeah, I'll talk more about it in a movies I watch, but it is definitely a Takashi Miike movie. I also have the Obi card here, housed in this set. So if you want to read more about the movies, there is some text about Takashi Miike and these movies. So yeah, Fudo has a Blu-ray and 4K discs. And then the other ones are just Blu-ray, I think. Is Agitator Blu-ray only? Yes. Agitator I haven't watched. I will watch it soon, but it's 3 hours long. So that's a bit of a ask. Like 3 hours of Takashi Miike like mayhem. All right. And then there's Deadly Outlaw Rekka, which I also haven't seen yet. So there you go. Really nice artwork. And then we have a book, of course, because of course these always have a book. There's the main character from Fudo called Fudo. Really nice artwork again here. And this time I'll start from the end of the booklet, just to annoy people. What do we have? Interviews. There's Riki Takeuchi, the legend. Shock and panic as schoolgirl assassins attack Toronto. Yeah, that's Fudo. Some art from Agitator. Well, not art, still. Lots of images from Fudo here. Video saved the Yakuza film. Yeah, sure. That's a great image. So yeah, there you go. That's Mike and the Underworld Chronicles. Very nice box set. Very expensive though. I kind of wish that they didn't include the 4K of Fudo because it pumps up the price, and I'm not interested in the 4K stuff anyway. So it's a bit of a waste, in my opinion. Right. I also picked up from this month's releases Cutter's Way by Ivan Passer. This was an early Radiance partner label release. They did the Fun City Editions release of Cutter's Way. This is a 4K / Blu-ray release and just a mainline Radiance release. So I don't have the original Fun City Editions release of this movie, so I'm really glad that they decided to re-release it as a mainline movie, because now I have a copy of it. But yeah, it's a cult classic, beloved movie. I don't really know anything about it. I've never seen it, but I will watch it. It has Jeff Bridges and John Hurt in it, so some great actors. So that's cool. Let's put this here. Well, let's actually do it like this, because otherwise the next one is going to fall over. So yeah, lastly, from Radiance, I picked up the Transmission release. This is the third one. Special Effects, which is a Larry Cohen movie. Larry Cohen, legendary guy. He did, what did he do? Like The Stuff, I think. That's a really fun movie. Yeah, prolific filmmaker. And yeah, I don't know anything about special effects, but so far, like, this is the third Transmission release. Night of the Juggler was fantastic. The release itself, the movie was pretty fun as well. And then the Stuntman, both the release and the movie were pretty damn good. So Transmission, they are doing some good work. And I think like these movies they're releasing are very interesting. So looking forward to watching Special Effects. This is also the first of these Transmission releases that doesn't look like this. Oh, get it. So the earlier ones are these like thick boxes, and this one is just, a slip cover. So I'm glad to see that all of the Transmission releases aren't these like massive boxes that take a lot of space. Some of them are smaller. That's cool. Right. And then on to the last stack. I picked up a bunch of stuff from 88 Films, some new stuff and then some used stuff. So the new stuff I picked up, well, many of these releases aren't really that new anymore, but they are new to me because I just picked them up. I picked up The Man Called Noon, and the reason why I picked this up is because I don't think I've ever seen a British Western. Of course, like, I've seen Westerns with British directors and British actors in them, but like a British Western, that's strange. I don't think I've seen anything like this, so that's why I picked it up. I also picked up a copy of The Cannibal Man, which seems pretty off the cuff, let's just put it that way. Bizarre B-movie. Is this going to be great? I don't know, because I haven't seen it, but I don't have high hopes for it, let's put it that way. It seems like fun. I like these trashy B-movies, so there you go, The Cannibal Man. Speaking of trashy B-movies, I picked up a copy of Uncle Sam, which is from the Slasher Classics collection. It's number 58. And this is directed by William Lustig, which is why I bought it. There's also some boobs. So yeah, William Lustig, great director. He did Maniac, and what else did he do? Over the Edge? Or Walking the Edge, I think. Isn't this William Lustig movie, Walking the Edge? I have a copy here. No, it's Norbert Meisel. Is it? I think. What am I? I'm confusing this with something else. Huh. But anyway, William Lustig, great director. He did a bunch of really fun, cheap movies. And I'm expecting that one to be something like that as well. I also picked up 2 more of the Nikatsu line movies. So I picked up Tokyo Emmanuel. I still have, I have to watch these at some point because I just keep buying them, but I never end up watching them. So yeah, I picked up Tokyo Emmanuel and also Playful White Fingers, which has a great back cover. Yeah, I'll have to check these out. These are very short, so it's not really much of a problem to watch them, but it's just, there are so many other things that I could be watching, so why would I watch these like softcore porn movies? I like collecting them. They have a very nice artworks. I like the pink OP strips and everything. But yeah, whenever am I going to watch them? I don't know. At some point. I also picked up some used copies of these old Asia collection movies that I've missed. Many of these aren't necessarily the greatest in terms of picture quality and whatever, like these early 88 films releases, but they're good enough for me. So I picked up a copy of Clan of the White Lotus, which is one of these martial arts movies. Has this actor, whatever his name is, from 36 Chambers of Shaolin. Yeah, it's good stuff. So picked up that. I also picked up a copy of the Super Inframan, which is a Hong Kong costume monster movie, like Power Rangers style stuff, I guess. Super Inframan. There you go. Well, I don't know why I call it Power Ranger style stuff. It's obviously like Ultraman from Japan. That's also inspired the Power Rangers, but anyway, no people from the West know Power Rangers better than Ultraman. So there you go. And I also picked up the King Hu film, Come Drink With Me. Now, many of these movies that I've just shown, like these older Shaw Brothers movies, like these have newer releases either already out or coming. Either in the US or the UK or both. So these aren't like the best versions of these movies anymore necessarily. But that's also one of the great reasons why I got them, because it's really cheap to pick these up when the 4K obsessed collectors are just dumping their old Blu-rays because there's like 1 pixel on the screen more or whatever. Sometimes the 4K versions are obviously much better, but usually it's just like I barely even notice a difference, so I really don't care. Right, one of the movies that fit this description that I just gave is this one, Rocco and His Brothers by Visconti. People are now dumping this from their collections because there's a BFI 4K coming out for this. So I picked up a cheap Blu-ray copy of Rocco and His Brothers. Classic Italian film. I will have to start watching these Visconti films because I own a bunch of them, both from either Radiance or Eureka. So I'll have to check these out. I also picked up from Eureka a copy of Intolerance by D.W. Griffith, a highly regarded old, like black and white silent film from 1916. Yeah, this is the one that he did after The Birth of a Nation, which is controversial, a controversial movie. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, this is something that I'm very much looking forward to checking out. I've seen Birth of a Nation in parts, but not in its entirety. So I haven't seen anything by this director from start to finish. I saw like an hour and a half, I think, of Birth of a Nation in like university in it was African American film history and so on, but I've never watched it completely from start to finish. Yeah, I'll start with Intolerance. I guess, at some point. And then, lastly, this is the last item, I picked up just a random Japanese film because I just happened to find it. It was in a used bookstore, but just there on a shelf. I don't know anything about this movie, but the cover art sold me. It's Being Natural. And this is a release by one of the Vinegar Syndrome partner labels. Return to nature, never eat ramen noodles. So yeah, you can tell from this back cover that this is Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Yeah, it's by Kani Releasing. It's one of the partner labels of Vinegar Syndrome. And I don't know anything about this movie, but it seemed interesting. And I like taking shots at things that seem interesting. Sometimes the movie ends up being awful. Sometimes it's great. So we'll have to find out whether this one is great or awful when I get to it. Yeah, and that's it for the collection update. I'll shuffle these around a little bit. Let's do it like this. And then let's use hard-boiled and I guess Harvest Moon. I don't want to use Harvest Moon for this. Let's take something else. Let's take I don't know. What should I do? Well, I guess I'll just use Story of Seasons. Does that look good? No, it doesn't. It doesn't look good. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So which one should I take instead? I guess I'll take Tomb Raider. And I'll stack these like this. So yeah, welcome to the end of the video where I try to figure out how I want to present this, because I'm not going to edit some thumbnail. Fuck that. So there you go. There's Tomb Raider and Hard-Boiled. And that's that. So hope you enjoyed this. And I'll be back again next week for something else, as I often do. So thanks for watching and bye.